Subordinating conjunctions. Avoiding common mistakes. Mistake number 1 is a problem with commas. You may remember from another lesson that a comma is needed when you start a sentence with a dependent clause. If you write this sentence, because Jake is clumsy in the kitchen, Emily doesn't want her help. It is incorrect because you are missing a comma. In addition, if the dependent clause follows the independent clause, no comma is needed. Emily doesn't want her help because Jake is clumsy in the kitchen. This is incorrect. Do not put a comma before subordinating conjunctions. Mistake number 2, you used the wrong conjunction. Because I'm not good at dancing, I like dancing. In this example, the punctuation looks correct. However, this is wrong because the meaning is incorrect. Because shows cause and effect. These two clauses do not have a cause and effect relationship. The correct conjunction is, although I'm not good at dancing, I like it. Here is another example where the wrong conjunction is used. Before I woke up, I brushed my teeth. This does not make sense because in this sentence, this action happens first, and this action happens second. Unless you brush your teeth while you are sleeping, this isn't true. For the same reason, this sentence is also incorrect. After I brushed my teeth, I woke up. When you use the conjunction after, the first action should come immediately after this word. When you use before, the second action should come immediately after this word. Mistake number 3, you do not have a complete clause. I like the food Emily cooks because delicious. This is incorrect. Remember that after subordinating conjunction, you should use a complete clause. Here we have a complete clause, but this is not a clause because you do not have a subject and a verb. It is correct to say, I like the food Emily cooks because it's delicious. Now there is a subject and a verb in the dependent clause. Mistake number 4, you have a fragment. In this example, we have an independent clause. Emily won't ask Jake to help her cook in the future. But the dependent clause is not a complete sentence unless Jake takes a cooking class. This clause cannot stand alone. This is called a fragment. It is just a small piece of a sentence. To fix this sentence, remove the period. Emily won't ask Jake to help her cook in the future unless Jake takes a cooking class. Mistake number 5, you have an extra conjunction. Here we have 2 independent clauses. Emily is a good cook, Jake is not. You know that you can combine them into a compound sentence like this. Emily is a good cook, but Jake is not. Or you can form a complex sentence. Although Emily is a good cook, Jake is not. You may wonder if we can combine these to say, although Emily is a good cook, but Jake is not. The answer is no. This is incorrect. When you use an adverb clause, the independent clause should not start with a coordinating conjunction. Mistake number 6. A subordinating conjunction is not a transition. Another common mistake is for learners to use a subordinating conjunction as a transition. It is incorrect to say, Jake put a pie in the oven after the pie shrunk, because after is not a transition. You could put a transition here. After that is a transition, but after is a subordinating conjunction. Do not put a comma after a subordinating conjunction. Emily didn't want Jake to help, although Jake wanted to help. This is also incorrect for the same reason. You may put a transition here instead. Or you could say it like this. Emily didn't want Jake to help, although Jake wanted to help.